So I'm back again with a new video and with a new session. So yesterday I record my video from the Google Meet. Now I'm on the Zoom, and I guess right now on the Zoom the quality is little bit improved because I can control my camera, like my brightness, my face contrast, and so on. But anyways, I don't care with the video, but I'm here to speak something for the 15 minutes to improve my English. So today I would like to talk right now. It is 12:07 p.m. and for the 15-minute means I will speak up to let's go for 30 minutes. So 12:0 means yeah, I will go up to the point of 12:25. Okay. I don't know, it will be little bit more than that of 15 minutes. So even though the more I speak, the more I can improve. So today in this video, or today in this session, or let's say today in this call, I would like to talk about the leadership. I have not prepared anything, like I have not written anything. I'm here to speak completely on my own words that comes into my mind. So I might make some mistakes during my speaking, or I might say some ideas that are completely different from the topic that is being discussed. So because it is like sometimes this is my English practicing, and sometimes my brain tries to say one thing and my mouth says something. So there might be a disconnectivity. So I want to improve that disconnectivity and I want to improve my English speaking. So I'm here to practice. So I would like to talk about the leadership in this today's English practicing communication. Let's say video. So, in my opinion, leadership means something about coordinating a group of people. Like, for example, if there are 8 people and there is a one person who leads that 8 people for a particular goal, leadership leader or the leadership role is not equal to the CEO or boss of the group, because I have found a lot of videos on the internet that leaders are the one who are responsible for coordinating with the team, and then understanding what the team actually can do and what actually cannot they do, so understanding that and then moving the group forward. But I found on the internet there was a one picture that was showing the difference between the leadership and the difference between the leadership and the boss. So in that picture, a leader was just helping people to um, I don't know, like the word is not coming into my mind. That, but yeah, there he was like trying to pull the rope with the help of his friend. Like he was involved in that work. But in the case of Bose was sitting at the back of the team, and then he was just sitting, and the team were, pulling the rope along with the boss. So that is the difference between. I found the difference between the boss and the difference between the leadership from that picture. And while leadership, many people think that leadership is just giving an orders and then giving and saying something to instruct the group, but actually that is not, because if a group want to be a successful, then the leader should know like the potential of the group, and then he should be able to lead the group in the particular direction that will help the group to be success. I don't know whether I'm saying correct or not, but the thing that is coming into my mind right now, I'm talking about that. So I'm 21 years old. Now I have become 22. So I have a lot of experience of being a leadership. And from there, like I have learned that leadership, the potential of the leadership comes out when every member in the group puts an effort. If a single member in the group also do not care about the project or the goal that need to be achieved, then that is a waste. So leader is responsible for encouraging the group, as well as giving a particular goal for the group so that they can successful. In my experience, there was I was leading the group on my school for the volunteering program that was like Brown No More. That the main banner of the group was like something Brown No More, and I was leading that group. So while I was leading the group, for me, I have to conduct. I conducted a lots of our coordinating, brainstorming sessions and something related like uh, uh, taking out an idea. So what might we do in the future, or what is the best way to make the people to understand the burning plastic is very bad for the health. So during the brainstorming season, there came a time when one of the team of my when one of my team said that instead of directly urging the people to stop the plastic, to stop to burn the plastic, he said, why don't we try to make people to understand the chemical reaction and how they impact the health. Initially, like as being a leader, initially I thought that idea is quite technical, and I thought that it might not help because people will think that they are coming here to teach the lesson rather than urging people to stop. But I immediately discard that idea initially, but as being a leader, I have to understand each team's idea potential in future. And with that, I was able, with that in mind, like that main idea became our, that main idea became our one of the most important part of our journey. So we conducted workshops, and we conducted meetings with people around the communities. And then instead of directly urging people to stop, we said them about the chemical combustion, like how the burning of the plastic releases a harmful and toxic chemical in the air, and how that impact the health, especially lungs and the other different part of the body, and how that impact the cells of the body. We try to make instruct the people in that way. Initially I was thinking that would not work, but actually when people understood that chemical combustion, that chemical reaction, when we said that in the simple words, then they said like lots of people were having lots of people were giving an attention to the you know to that main problem. So yeah, I guess initially I thought no, it will not work. But when people started to give attention, and when people started to raise hand, and then started to ask the question, then I realized that this idea might work. So later, after the 2 or 4 weeks of that, main specific program or organized main program that we organized, people started to notice which people who of the people around the community are trying to burn the plastic, and they were reporting. And that was the day I realized leadership doesn't mean to go through leadership. When if we have a position of the leadership, then there is a no place for ego, there is no place for bias. Like we should try to understand the ideas of the team very carefully. Like initially during the brainstorming season, the first idea might seems like ridiculous for us, but at the end, that very same idea might be our main thing to go forward. So that was the day I realized the importance of the leadership, and importance of that was the day when I was a little bit humiliated by myself, like because I did not accept my team idea, and I was a little bit angry initially because team were not going according to me, even though I was the leader. Because there were a lot. We also like as being a leader doesn't mean that my only idea will go forward. We also try to do democratic. We also try to democratize that specific ideas. Like if there are 8 people, and we will try to say like suppose one of the team member of the 8 people try to say an idea, Then we will try to vote like how many people of the group like that idea. If that idea get a lots of vote from the own team, then that idea goes forward for. And then if the people do not give a vote, then that idea will come backward. First, initially we try to find out as many ideas as possible, and then if we have like about 20, 30, 40 ideas, then we try to filter out those, and then we bring them down to 5 or 6 ideas, and we then implement in our program. That was how we conducted our program. And initially I was like very egoistic, and from that day I realized, leadership doesn't mean like demanding or giving orders to the people. That doesn't mean. So this was the day when I realized about the leadership. So there are a lot of example of the leadership. Like I don't know a specific name of the person, but he was a kind of a person in a company. There was one particular company, and in that company, he was a leader of for something marketing. I don't know, like I forgot that actual specific a role as well. Like it was something related to business, but anyways, so he gathered the people of 20. And initially, like people of 20 were very, very, very new to each other. And since people were very new to each other, they were not even trying to interact because it was literally feeling very odd. So the role of the leadership comes into that place as well. He tries to maintain he tries to connect each of the people in the group with each other, and he tries to give them he tries to make the people like comfortable working with each other. So that was also one thing that I got to know about the leadership. So I don't know, like these are the thing I know about the leadership. But more than this, like in our high school, like we used to select a coordinator or vice coordinator. That means captain, vice captain. And in that case, like captain was considered as the leader, vice captain was considered as the second leader, when whose main role is to help the leader, and all the other students used to follow the rules of the captain or vice captain. In that case, yeah, it works. But being a captain doesn't mean like always complaining the bad activities of the student to the teachers. No, that is not actually, that doesn't work. It means that if someone is doing a mistake, then the role of the captain is to identify the problem with that mistake and try to correct them for the student, so that the student doesn't make that same mistake again in future. And um right now it's 12:20. Now I have a last 5 minutes to speak up. So here, the more thing, like when I was in class 5 or grade 6, um I was selected as a vice captain. And one day there was a when there was my captain absent, and all the responsibility of the class came into my hand. The thing that is the responsibility of leadership is so important, that if the group failed to do something, then all the blame come to the head of the leader. That is also important. So, for example, on that day, like my captain was absent and I was a vice captain of the school. And on that same day, our class did so many mistakes that it reached the complaint to the teacher. And each teacher came to the class, and instead of, scolding to all of the class, he scolded me. This is what happens when you take the responsibility, and we should fulfill our responsibility very carefully, because if we don't, then the blame will come into our head, the head of the leader. And this is the one aspect that I know about the leadership. And there are a lot of things like I also did a leadership position on the we also did I was also involved in the leadership role of the UI UX design for the various activities. Like for example, I was involved in the Trendy Florist, and in that project, I was leading the project. In that project, I was the leader. And since there were some technical teams, there were some design teams, and it was really difficult to connect the technical team with the design teams. And I was leader because I understand some parts of the technicals as well as some parts of the designs. So I used to bridge the gap between those teams so that the communication can flow very efficiently between these teams. For example, design team design something, right? And when that design is given to the technical team, they do not give directly to that technical team. They give to me, and I try to, convert that design into something that is understandable by the technical team. And then in this way, the design team's work goes to the technical team. So I was like a bridge between these of the team in the Trendy Florist. Like we did a lot of things, like we built a high fidelity prototype, we built a low fidelity prototype, so much thing we did. So yeah, these from here also I also had experience of the leadership. I really don't like when people think like leadership, the role of the leadership is just to, just to give orders and just to make people to follow the rules. No, I really disagree with that idea. Leadership means going between the group and then understanding the group. And then from if the group is missing the goal or if the group is having the struggle, then the role of the leader is to solve that struggle with the help of the group power. Like when there is no leader, then the group is divided. But when there is a leader, then the group can unite. So this is the power of the leader. Like the role of the leadership is really important in various fields, including the politics. I know, like there are a lot of groups in the, so for example, a person opens a political party, and then like there needs to be a one leader for that party, and that leader represents the whole group. This is a leadership. Like, for example, I also, for example, I lead the group of the five, then I am the one who is representing my whole of the five people. That means that means I'm representing myself as well. I'm representing other four people of my group as well. So there will be no one bigger, one smaller, like the role of one is important, role of another is less important. No. If any one of the group fail to do something, if any one of the group is underrepresented, then the whole group will not work. So these are the things that I know about the leadership. So this is the thing we should know in reality. So right now the time is 12:25 p.m. So second day of practicing English is also over. Thank you. Now I'm just ending the call.